What I want to talk about is how you guys can start attracting high quality leads that can ideally turn into ideal projects where you're charging the right profit margins and they're projects that you actually love doing and love working on, and not dealing with low quality leads that lead to low quality projects and you end up hating life because you're just dealing with absolute shit projects. Now, if you resonate with this right now, you're probably in a position where you've dealt with low quality leads, or you may currently still be dealing with low quality leads and you're sick of it. You're sick of going to quotes and dealing with absolute shit kickers, people who just don't know what they're talking about. Their budgets are so unrealistic, and unfortunately that is a lot of people in the market today. They haven't understood that prices have changed in the last few years due to COVID and various reasons. So there's a lack of awareness in the market right now. So the quality gap is actually quite big. So what we want to show you what I want to show you in this video is how you guys can actually start attracting high quality leads. Now, you may have already attracted high quality leads in the past, and most likely if you have, 9 times out of 10 they would have been through referrals. They would have been through past clients, referring on family or friends, people driving through and seeing some signage, dropping in and having a chat to you during a project. It could be a neighbor or a neighbor's friend or some kind of touch point. No, they're great. The only issue with those is you can't build a business around magic or around hope or around chance, right? They usually just pop out of nowhere, and we want to create a business where we can actually pull levers and create predictability and consistency, because ultimately that's where we get to reduce the stress, is when we can create predictability and we can kind of foresee what the future is going to look like. It's going to ease our stress levels today and ultimately run a better business and deliver better quality projects. So what I want to do is run through a 6-step kind of framework of what we run through, and this is really going to help you guys. If you've got no idea where to start, you may have a rough idea. I'm going to show you what we do for our clients. So the first thing that we do is we get really clear on our clients' optics. Nobody is going to come to you if you don't have a website, if you don't have social media that's up to date and somewhat branded and it looks the part. You need to get your website sorted. Get a basic website with some good photography, good images of your projects, good images of yourself as a builder and your team, social media page, Facebook, Instagram. These are the basics in 2024, right? And if you're watching this in the future, nothing would have changed. Now, professional photography may not seem like a big deal, but it's huge, guys. People want to see the final products. People want to see, can you actually build a house? Let me see what work you've done. So investing in a photographer just to come in at the end of a project or even during a project to get some shots that you can post on your website, post on social media is powerful. Ensure that you have photos of yourself as a builder or as your team. Remember, people want to deal with people. They don't want to deal with they don't want to be another number in another big corporate machine, right? So if you can show a personal side on your social media or on your website by showing some photos or even some videos, that's going to be a big help just to start off with. So get your optics right. Now, a little tip on your optics, right? And I won't have a lot of time to go into this video, but get your messaging dialed in, right? What I mean by that is when you have a website, you're going to have your headlines, some sub-headlines, and about us page. Spend time getting those headlines right. Make sure you're speaking to the right market. If you're in the renovation game, high-end renovation, speak to those pain points on your website. Ensure that your headline calls out that audience, okay? Don't be a generalist. Try and be as specific as you can with your headlines. So sort out your optics. Make sure that when anybody finds you online, you look the part, you look good. Again, we're trying to attract quality leads. So in order to attract quality, you first have to be quality yourself. Second thing is on your website, on your socials, ensure that you have a call to action, right? So this call to action could be a simple booking a free 30-minute session or a free 30-minute scoping session or a blueprint session or a home strategy session where people can book into your calendar and actually make an inquiry. A lot of people just assume that, they'll go onto my website and they'll go into that little contact form at the bottom that says name, email, your message. It's too general. We want to have a specific call to action that says book an initial 30-minute scoping session where we will go through XYZ, right? So have a clear call to action with a simple action step that they can take once they have found you to then book into your calendar, right? And then you as a builder need to be disciplined to then be able to actually run your business on, have a calendar that functions, right? So if I book in at 11 a.m. to have a call with you, be it over Zoom or a phone call, ensure that you show up at 11 a.m. and take that call, right? Because quality people are looking for quality builders, people who have operations, people who have systems in place, okay? So this is a big telling sign, is make it easy for people to get in touch and engage with you. The third thing is having a pre-qualifying form, right? So you've just, they've just clicked on that call to action button and they're going into to book in a call. A step we would have that we highly recommend to have before they are allowed to schedule that booking is get them to answer a pre-qualifying form. So a pre-qualifying form is exactly what it says. It pre-qualifies the person. So you'll have questions on there like name, number, their email, their project address. Do they have designs drawn up yet? Have they arranged finance yet? What is their total budget on the project? Tell us more about the project. And it's going to be eight to say 10, 11 questions. Now, people might be like, oh, that's too much, Andy, that's a lot. Yeah, it might be for some, but usually the one that it's a lot for are the low quality leads. So we actually want to increase the barrier to entry so that when only people who take the time and the effort to fill out this 8 or so questionnaire get through to that scoping session or that strategy session. So you have the call to action. They go to pick a time in the calendar, and before they can do that, they've got to answer a pre-qualifying form. So when you rock up on that call at 11 a.m. or whatever time it's scheduled for, you basically have the information that you need to have a chat with them, right? Again, this is a game of attracting high quality leads, right? Because attracting leads, you can some people might say, oh, well, just take the format and just get them to book in a calendar, book into your calendar. Well, what happens when you get 30 bookings that come into your calendar and 29 of them are absolute shit? So you've just wasted 29, and let's just say for round numbers, each call goes for an hour. You've not wasted 29 hours to get to that one, right? That's that's a lot of hours, right? Now that's slightly inflated, but I'm just trying to make a picture, okay? So just increase the barrier to entry so that people can pre-qualify themselves, and then you will then know it's a quality lead coming through. The fourth thing is have a fast follow-up process. So the moment somebody makes an inquiry, the moment somebody books in, or the moment somebody reaches out to you through social media or through the website, follow up within 24 hours. Don't leave it a week. Don't leave it till tomorrow or like the next day or the next day. Within 24 hours, respond to them. Send them an email, send them a text. You can even call them if you can't call, SMS or email them. But just thank them for the inquiry and just let them know that somebody from the team will get in touch with them. Then get in touch with them. Ideally, within 24 hours, you can call them up and say, hey, Jackie, it's Bob here from XYZ Construction. I'll see you've made an inquiry. Right, run it through. They're going to just be like, oh, wow, these guys are onto it. These guys are proactive. Again, in the name of attracting quality, we have to be quality ourselves. So creating that efficiency in that follow-up process within 24 hours, people are going to feel like you care, people are going to feel nurtured, and first impressions count, right? From the moment you return that call, immediately people are going to get this sense of how proactive you're going to be as a builder. Now, you've got those 4, okay? Now, you're like, okay, Andy, we might be doing that, but how do we actually increase the traffic? How do we actually get more people to inquire? The 5th thing is lead flow. So what we actually want to do is, next to having everything that I just said regarding your optics, the call to actions, the pre-qualifying form, you actually want to generate lead flow. And we do that by doing 2 things. We run a Google Ads campaign, geo-targeted. So you would run a Google Ads campaign to your area, targeting specifically the thing you service. So if you're in renovation and you're in Brisbane, or if you're in second dwellings and knockdown rebuilds in Port Macquarie or wherever it is, create a specific Google Ads campaign for that geo-targeted location, which is where you operate and service within. And Google ad campaigns will target the kind of top 3% who are 5% who are looking to act now. They're looking to have a conversation with you right now. So run a Google ad campaign for people who, we need a build, we actually want to start talking to somebody, bang. First thing they do is get onto Google. Second thing you need to do is run meta ads, so Instagram and Facebook ads. Now, what we recommend you do when running Facebook and Instagram ads running an ad campaign towards an ebook or free resource. So if you're in the game of, again, high-end renovations, I would create a 24, one of the guides that we created for our clients is a 24 guide checklist on how to ensure that your renovations, you get best bang for buck, you don't miss any details that could send things backwards, and you create an irresistible document that these guys are like, holy shit, we need to download this. They want to share it with their partner because they're in this consideration phase. These guys are at a position where they're like, maybe not now, but maybe in 6 months. So we'll start doing our due diligence, we'll start researching. They'll download the ebook. You'll then have their contact details, their name, number, and email. Now they're in your database, you can follow them up. But what we recommend is once they've downloaded that ebook, we then want to take them to a landing page where they can then also book in a call with you, right? Then and there, they may not book in a call, but you've got their name, number, and email. They're in the database, and now you can begin to nurture them. There are people in the market who are looking to build in the next 6 months, in the next 12 months. That's who you want to fill up your pipeline with, and it's a game of compounding. It's like a compounding interest game, right? So today we've got 0, say for example, but we start filling up our pipeline and we begin to start nurturing prospects who are downloading our ebook, downloading our resources. Today we have 0, next month we have 30, the following months we have 60, the following months we have 100. All of a sudden we've got 100 people in our pipeline that we can remarket to, and these are people that are existing in our database. So these leads, we're warming them up, and they're gonna know your quality, they're gonna see your work, they're gonna be all over your Instagram, all over your Facebook. They may have even checked out your website. By the time they go to inquire, they will know everything they need to know about you, right? Now that's also on you to be talking about yourself as a business and to be active out there on online, on social media, updating your socials and making sure that your website and all that's working, and remarketing, running your ads. Now, if you know how to run ads yourself, fantastic. I recommend partnering up with an agency. Obviously, we do that for our clients. Your ads can go a long way with spending as little as $30 a day, $40 a day, right? For some people, that's a lunch a day, right? So you can be spending that amount of money and be filling up your database and filling up your pipeline. Last thing is maintenance. So maintain your optics, maintain your sales process. So maintain the nurturing, maintain the follow-up calls, and then maintain the ad campaigns. Ensure that you've continually got ads that are going out there, running, continuing to create awareness, generate curiosity, because you got to think about it. Your referrals, if you're building a whole business just on referrals, you've got no levers to pull, right? You can only ask for so many favors until you're out of favors. The thing about creating ads and running ads into a new market or into a market is that you can continually update your offer, you can continually update the photography, you can create new video, it keeps it engaging, and people over time begin to form a connection with you as a brand. Even more so if you're putting your face out there on these videos, and if you're talking and you're getting on camera, all these things create trust, all these things build connection with the audience, and it's what we call goodwill. So if you can build up that goodwill in the market, maintain that over a period of time, the level of quality has to increase with your new leads that you'll be generating, okay? Because inevitably, regardless of what's happening out there in the market, regardless of what the media is saying, there are always people looking to build their dream home, right? Some people, people are like, oh, things are tight. There are people who are downsizing, right? So they may have sold up a massive home or downsizing to think what might be big to you might be small to other people. So there's a mindset game that you've got to have this abundance mindset, thinking that there's always opportunity out there. And you've got to also be willing to play the long game, but then also be positive that there is a short game within this as well. The moment you do it, we've had guys, we've literally launched campaigns and within weeks, they've pulled in like $1 million projects with the best profit margins they could ever think of. And they're going, holy shit. It's like, yeah, there are people out there. So do these 6 things. I hope that adds a ton of value. If you have any more questions, drop them below. Let me know what your key takeaway was, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.